I didn't know for sure that I was going to be successful, but the turning point for me was spending a year working underneath a top producing agent here in Chicago. And after doing 57 transactions and $64 million in volume, you acquire a certain skill set. And then I knew I had the determination and the drive and the focus to be successful, and I just had to take that leap of faith. Of course, then once your clients start referring you business, you know you've done something right.
I wouldn't say there was necessarily a particular point in time where I felt that I was going to be successful or that I was successful. I went into this a week after my honeymoon. I had just found out that we were expecting our first child. I had quit my job. I didn't have a choice but to be successful and to, provide a living for my family. And I think that that's always been the fuel and the fire that burns inside of me to make me just go after it and be successful. And at the end of the day, there's constant reminders when a client is at somebody's house and says, "Hey, I saw your fridge or your magnet on their fridge." Or if I talk to somebody and I leave an appointment and they said, "Hey, I just talked to that person, you're their agent." That's really weird. It's a very small world. It's really cool when you have clients that know each other from different parts of life, and those little things are what mean that I've made it, if you will.
So after my first closing with a buyer, their appreciation for what I'd done for them to take them through all the steps to closing really gave me a lot of confidence that I could provide a service to people and do this well. In addition, once my referral network started to really kick in for me and people came back to me, again, it really provided me with a sense of like I can do this and people are relying on me and this is the career for me.
It took me about 3 years to know that I was going to be successful as a loan officer. We really started to see, as a team, a lot more referrals coming in from past clients. That's how I knew that we were operating more efficiently. We were providing better service to clients. As far as a milestone goes, I would say once we hit the $30 million mark, $30 million in closed loan volume, that's when we really started to see the referrals snowball. And that's how I knew we were going to succeed as a team.
I think I knew pretty quickly that this was the right career path for me. I had a pretty strong understanding of the industry because I worked in the ops staff as an underwriter and a processor. So transitioning over to be a loan officer was really exciting. Finally, I got the opportunity to be the one that was actually talking to the clients from that first step. So I got to educate them on products and programs and rates, and being able to see them take that information, know they were making the right decision, and ultimately end up at the closing table felt really good. Seeing those smiles and sometimes even some happy tears, that they had had the reward of home ownership, it felt really good, and I knew I was in the right place.
There wasn't any one specific event or milestone that happened. I think over the course of 2 to 3 years of a lot of transactions, both good and bad, you gain the confidence and the knowledge to be successful moving forward.
I've never really thought about whether or not I would have a successful career in real estate. It's always been just something I do, and I've known, it's all I've known. Real estate is all I've known. So I've just always felt it was important in order to be successful to continue to educate myself, listen to my clients, listen to what's trending in real estate, always staying on top of the trends so that I can best serve my clients' needs.
This was my first job out of college. My first few years it was just a job. And then around year 4, year 5 is when I decided that I really enjoyed what I was doing, and I wanted to pursue this as a career. And that's when I became more serious in how to invest in my business. It wasn't more of a short-term event. It was long-term, and I decided I was going to do this for forever, as long as I could. So